So it's not just about being a good person when you're going to be a group facilitator or a group leader. There are specific skills and techniques that are just essential in terms of group therapy. And Irvin Yalom has many books on the dynamics of group psychotherapy and just all of the things that happen in that process and how powerful it can really be. Some of the skills that group leaders need to really bring are the ability to be an active listener. And that is really being present and listening and really hearing what's going on, paying attention to all of the dynamics in the group, watching behaviors, watching nonverbals and verbals, kind of sensing what's going on between group members is super important. Being able to have initiative, restating things and reframing things. So again, that kind of goes back to being an active listener, because if you're not hearing things, or if you're tuned out or checked out, you're not going to be able to do that, because you're going to miss things, and it's easy to miss things. There's a lot going on, especially when groups are typically anywhere between 6 and 10 people. Goal setting, clarifying, reframing, evaluating kind of what's going on in the group, and making sure that you're getting a big picture also, and being able to kind of bring things to the table that are important or that are key to the process for the members. Providing summarizations. Summarizations can take place both within that session, and they can take place over the course of several sessions. And that can be very powerful for clients and groups when they kind of see things that have happened from the beginning of a session or the beginning of the group through the end, and summarizing some of the things that have gone on. Giving feedback, and there are specific rules around feedback, and using I statements. And I like the here and now process, where I might say something like, I wonder what's going on in the room right now. I'm feeling like there's a lot of tension in the group today. Can anybody help me understand what might be going on right now? So that's kind of a here and now process, and really helping clients to kind of recognize that things are taking place even in the moment. Questioning, suggesting, interpreting. Sometimes people aren't super clear in group, and you have to provide interpretations for them. Again, that's kind of like clarifying. Confronting. So sometimes group members need to be confronted. It doesn't mean that you're breaking them down or tearing them apart, but it just means that you're maybe confronting some of the things that they're talking about, because you know that it's maybe not all the way honest, or maybe there's some things missing. And so you can provide some confrontation. I usually will provide confrontation once I've had a solid relationship with the client, because they're more capable of hearing it. And then group members will model the way that you do things as a facilitator and start doing it amongst themselves within the group once they become more cohesive. You want to use disclosures very cautiously. I hardly ever disclose in groups, but there are times, and the example that I gave in the here and now process is some of the disclosure that I do use, just in terms of what's going on with me or how I'm feeling about certain things, because that's present and that's there, and it relates very specifically to what's going on in the group. Modeling, I mentioned that you're a model. You're modeling the way to give feedback. You're modeling management of your own feelings. You're modeling positive and healthy interpersonal dynamics, and that's a big piece of what group dynamic is for. Having a lot of empathy. That's going to come from the client-centered perspective, but just having empathic responses and really being present for group members when someone's hurting or when things are really tough. Linking things together. So there might be concepts where it's important to kind of link some of those key concepts together for the group members. Facilitating and then terminating. Terminating can be really difficult, and most of the groups I've ran have been, they've been all of them have really been open. Open meaning that members will graduate and other members will come in. A closed group will be where it's you have your set of core members, and then it's closed until the duration of the group is finished. So these are just some of the things that are really skills that a facilitator really brings to the table, and it does take practice and it takes perseverance. And so I just wanted to kind of provide that for you. You'll read about it in your textbook as well, and you'll probably see some of this in your in more detail in your PowerPoint. Anyways, that's all for now.